You're on Catch Your Vibes Radio with the one and only VJ Lord Kingston and Kinney. And today on Catch Your Vibes Radio, we have Felix and John. I'm sorry about that, John. You know, it's been a long day, boys. What's been going on?
Tell him, Felix.
Man, just busy, man. Just playing shows. We just came back from San Bernardino this weekend. Uplift Festival with like Josh Heinrichs, Arise Roots. You know, just heavy hitters. Before that, you know, we just kind of been just going to LA. Our boy Johnny Love been taken out to OC, you know, Hermosa, getting some shows in over there, and prepping for a tribute to the legends right now, man. We're gonna be locking ourselves in the studio, getting some work in, because we got a heavy set and a heavy lineup coming up in the 14th.
The 14th? Yes. I see you brought a flyer with you about the 14th.
Yeah, check it out, man. Right there, tribute to the legends. You know, World Beat Center production. I'm talking Chronics, Sister Nancy, Mighty Diamonds. Of course, you know, the Don Carlos is going to be the Twinkle Brothers. Probably going to be what I'm more excited to see. But you know, all kinds of people that, you know, just make what this legend is, which is truly San Diego roots. You know, staple as far as, you know, music festivals go.
Yeah, and I see you got Luciano in here. That's a big name also with you guys, you know. So that means if you guys is there, that mean you guys have been in this for a long time doing this, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, we've all put in our time, you know. As far as that San Familia, we're pretty fresh in the scene, but I mean, my brethren right here has been doing this thing, you know, probably, you know, 10 plus years, you know. Just been all putting in work in the SD, you know, reggae scene, and the cool thing about it is it's all family, you know. So everyone's got each other's back, you know, and the way we work with everybody, we're all, you know, tight family, you know, tight-knit community that we have. So, you know, if someone doing the right things and asking for the right help, you know, you can get it out here, you know.
And it's just you two, or there's more?
Man, we have, what, how many people now?
We got 8 or 9 people at times. You know.
Wow. So it's a big family, huh?
It's the familia right there, you know.
So what type of music or instruments you guys use and play?
I play keyboards and I sing, and we have Felix. He plays the bass guitar and he sings, and we have a guitar player usually that sings. Our homie Richie, he used to come and play with us. You know, he just stepped out, you know, for some personal reasons and stuff, but whatever, you know, it's good. You know, everything's good vibes and stuff still. But we have a horn section usually, and then we have a whole percussion section going on. So, you know, we try to fill in the vibes, you know, with, you know, reggae music and Latin music, you know, and play everything in between, you know, and just kind of try to catch the vibes of all the people out here, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah, because when you're talking 9 people, I mean, we got, you know, our boy Jeff Dresser on the sax, Jeff Hodson on the trombone, Ty Kiernan on congas, Eddie Fugat on drums. Time and again, we'll have a timbalero, which is the guy who plays timbales. Juan Sanchez comes in, helps us out. We got another keyboard player, Manny Gonzalez, Pablo on guitar. We just try to, you know, my thing is just try to fill in like an orchestra, you know, but like a real heavy reggae sounding orchestra, you know, because I mean, who doesn't love watching, for example, another guy's on there, Groundation, you know, what are they, 10-piece, 11-piece band, you know, and I mean, how murder are they, you know?
Wow. And this is going down with you guys right here on the 14th and on the 15th here in San Diego.
Yep, 2 days. We're gonna be doing the 14th. We're gonna be doing that, and we're gonna have the you know, they told us that we're gonna have the honor of backing Little John as well. We're talking, you know, 80s, you know, 90s, you know, roots reggae.
And I know you guys was pretty excited about that, huh?
Yeah, man. I mean, we backed Michael Palmer.
Yeah, we're excited to back, you know, some musicians coming out here. As you know, that's kind of like, you know, our people that we looked up to, you know, playing music and learning music. You know, at least for me personally, and for me, it's an honor to, you know, play with some of these, you know, artists that from, you know, Jamaica and stuff like that, you know. Much respect to them, you know.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Who are some of you guys' role models, you know, in the process of what you guys love to do?
For me, man, you know, I've always listened to reggae music since I was really young, and you know, just Luciano, for example, was one of my favorites ever since I was a child, and you know, just to my heart, you know, and a lot of big artists, you know, all the artists, you know. I'm not really partial, you know. I just any reggae tune that comes on, you know, I hear, I'm with it, you know. So.
It's all about the vibes, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Most definitely.
Yeah, setting those vibes is the most correct way to put it, you know, because it could be, you know, any style of music too, but you know, it's gotta have that soul, you know, and it just runs rampant in reggae music, you know. I mean, you can't find a good, you know, reggae song that isn't, you know, true to yourself, or you know, to your heart, or you know, real soulful, you know, approach to the music, you know, as opposed to just throwing some stuff together, you know.
So do you guys feel like your music have a great impact on the world, or what you guys do? Like, do you feel it touches people that needs to be touched, move people?
You know what, I think we've just been trying to have fun.
Just fun?
You know, and just kind of like, you know, we make music with meaning, but you know, we try to make it have fun, you know, and just give the people, you know, our people around here, you know, where we come from, and that's what our music's about, you know, just let's have fun, you know, a little bit upbeat reggae. You know, we play some reggae en español and some, you know, cumbia, and you know, just get the vibes going, you know.
Yeah, and lyrics and everything, you know, because I'm one to believe that, you know, a song can change a nation. You know what I mean?
That's what I believe too.
You know, like you hear the right song, you know, it could do a lot of good or a lot of bad too. You know, you look at the radio nowadays they're playing, and then the trends that follow that, you know, just it all kind of follows along with the music, you know. And you know, some songs we try to do is just like try to get people away from their everyday struggle, you know, instead of reminding them again, you know. And don't get me wrong, I mean, there's a couple tunes that are real, you know, deep to heart on certain, you know, situations and stuff, but like you said, you know, we try to, you know, when we're going to throw a show, we're going to throw a show. You know, they came out, you know, because they're, you know, done working and done dealing with the stress of work and the kids and this and that and their whole, you know, crazy hectic life that everyone lives, you know. It doesn't end, you know. Even when you're sleeping, you know, you're still thinking about all these other things you got to do tomorrow, this and that, you know. And when we come to our show, you know, we try to bring as big as a band as we can to just make it more exciting as far as your, you know, audibility goes, you know, what you hear. And then, you know, with how we play it and what we sing about is kind of just like, you know, just get them out of their normal, you know, routine, and you know, let them just kind of not worry about that stuff, you know. And
I got actually 2 songs from you. Do you mind, you know, talking about those 2 songs?
Yeah, definitely.
And the next question I'm going to ask you also is, you know, you guys don't only sing in English, you guys sing in a different language also. Can you?
Yeah, myself, I'm born and raised Mexican, and I'm half Mexican and half Spanish. My mom's side's from Spain, Salamanca out there, and my pop's side's from Mexico. So, but I've been born and raised out here in California, San Diego. You know, I'm pretty spoiled San Diegan, you know, myself. You know, it's pretty cold out here right now. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But so I mean, just growing up, listening to different styles of music, you know. Not necessarily to say Latin music came in first, but it was a heavy influence for sure, you know, picking that stuff up and learning and knowing to speak Spanish and stuff. And you know, then you look at some Latin reggae, like, you know, big artists from, you know, south of the border, like Gondwana, Cultura Profética, Cafres. Those guys are, you know, roots reggae music in Spanish, you know. And so I always dug those guys too, and just, you know, wanted to integrate that out here as well, because that's not too many people do that out here, you know. Like you got Carlos from B-Side Players, you know, he kind of does a lot of the Latin reggae, but not too many other people do that, and I like to express myself as well in my own, you know, native tongue, you know. So it just comes a little more natural at times, you know, for me to write in Spanish.
Kind of not forget where you come from.
You know what I mean? And so it's something that just goes deeper to the roots, and it's just like, okay, you know, the way this one is going to come out is this, you know? And it just, you know, it's just another, like I said, avenue for us to, you know, have fun with, you know, something in Spanish, you know, throw the guys off a little bit, you know what I mean?
What's that? So when you mix that with reggae, like what's the fuse that you guys get, like with that energy? I know it's like crazy for you guys in there.
Yeah, I would say, I can connect with the people because, the people are like, for the most part, Mexican people down here, that come to the shows and stuff. We got a big crowd of Mexican people, and they also love reggae music too. So it's just natural. It's just natural to, go in between with it, and, you could hit all the way to some just roots music and they love it, or you could just straight up just play some cumbia music and we all love it too. So it works perfectly,
So with the family,
I just knew it was gonna work when he wanted to do it, and so I was like, yo, I'm with it.
Leadership by example, huh? And it's a positive movement. So at the end, it's real great. It's real great. So you know what? You heard this here on Catch Your Vibes Radio with VJ Lord Kingston Akinney and the one and only.
So Felix,
I'm John Dredd.
And you heard it here on Catch Your Vibes Radio. And also, we have some gifts here,
Yeah. Don't let me forget about that. We got some CDs here for you guys, all right? This is our EP right there. That's some Familia EP. This we put out last year. Luckily, by stroke of luck, we were able to get this nominated for a San Diego Music Award, which was just an honor to be nominated because, we're talking with Tribal Seeds and B-Side, like guys have put in work, and it's just, it's so exciting to just even be put anywhere near those guys' names,
Wow.
For our first, little, EP that, little freshman CD that we got right now.
Oh, that's what you would call us, a freshman. Man, this is freshman, and I can't wait to hear what's high school then if that's the case, man. I'm telling you, because I heard some of you guys working. Like I said, you guys are awesome. Thanks. We're going to have to edit that. Thanks for having you guys on the show. Yes. Hope you guys can come back here and actually do a live performance for the audience and the listeners, actually.
Yeah, man. We totally be down, man. Have us over here. We give thanks for you guys having us to begin with, Take time out of your guys' day to just, come talk to, us. And like I said, yeah, man, if you guys are down, we're always down to come by, swing by and have some fun,
Anything for the youths them out there on Catch Your Vibes Radio?
Stay in school.
Stay in school. Be positive. Think straight. Keep forward. Don't let anything hold you back.
Be good. Listen to your parents.
Please do. Please.
Most def. Yo, you're done hear this on Catch Your Vibes Radio with VJ Lord Akinney with the Tree Rastaman. Yo, shut. Peace. It's gonna be your level of success.
Man, it's I just, to be honest, it's just, we all work, 9 to 5 jobs, and then we get out and rehearse, and then go to play a show every day, like 7 days a week, And if I could say where I'd like to see us, all my boys, is being able to quit our jobs, and travel, and still take care of our people down here. To be able to take care of the bills while we're going out, to New York to play, a show, and know we're still sending, like I said, taking care of our people and playing as much as we can, without having to, get a second type of deal income, That's where I see myself, and hopefully everybody else, to where, I'm not talking, I want my RV or anything like that, but it's just we can just do this full time.
So you just want to get it to the point where it's just a full-time gig, you don't have to take time off from music to do anything else.
Like I said, and then take care of the family, making sure we're there as well, put in time there, but then, half the other time just putting in strictly for music, getting out there, that's where, that's where I see it.
And do the band have a leader, or is everybody individual? Like, who the director, who do I call if I want to book a show? Who do I speak to?
Well, we got my boy Vic doing management and stuff like that. He takes care of all the business side. And then, we all collectively write our music, But I guess just, I kind of, in a sense, orchestrate what goes on, because it gets tough, like I said, when you have a 9-10 piece band, and you're stuffing 9 grown men in a little studio, with, and I'm very blessed to be with the guys I am with, because I'm talking about guys with 10 plus, 20 plus years of experience on stage.
So you got veterans.
I do, man. And I'm very blessed to have them. John himself, another veteran as well. And just to be able to kind of get those things together is a little tough. It's just like kind of like a job. You got your employees out there. You can't just let them do their own thing. You got to make sure it's a little tight. And so I try to get pieces together and stuff like that to work on things a little more efficiently, and then work the creative process from there.
So so if I wanted to contact you, do you guys got Facebook, Twitter?
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, smfamilia.com, iTunes. Yeah, go on iTunes. You pick up our EP, SoundCloud. I mean, you
What's
name
your
it.
name on SoundCloud? What do we
just SoundCloud.com/smfamilia.
You guys heard that?
Right there.
Repeat that again for them that didn't hear it?
SoundCloud.com/smfamilia.
Exactly, and they're going to be, their next performance will be at the Tribute to the Legend, the 14th and the 15th, and that's one show you don't want to miss. We'll be right there covering them, so we should have some great footage for that. You heard it here on Catch Your Vibes Radio with VJ Lord King of Kenny.